Hi guys, welcome back to another Duel analysis, and today we have a submission by yeeyee, and he's playing one of my favorite variant of the deck, especially when Baron is released, the artifact side version. And before I go into the deck, if you are enjoying the content so far, do remember to like, subscribe and comment down below. I will really appreciate it. And if you want, you can also head over to my poll session, and I'm holding a poll on what's the next Pendulum deck that I should be playing. So do cast your vote and see what's the next one after my Endymion deck. Yep. So let's take a look at the deck. The deck I would say is pretty standard. And 3 Celestial Magician is pretty a lot, I would say, since it's one of the magician that's not as popular as the rest, and he doesn't play Pen Core, which I would say is normal, because initially when I just started playing this deck, I don't really play Pendulum Core as well. And extra deck has 2 Starving Venom and Time Star with Barrel, so the rest is pretty standard. But for me, after play testing quite a while, I realized that most of the time I only bring out like 1 Starving Venom and not 2, and that's why I actually reduce one of them to add in something more useful. And I guess in this case, I would say we can add in the Odd Eyes Vortex package, Absolute together with Odd Eyes Vortex, or maybe we can also replace it with another rank 4 or another synchro monster such as Shooting Riser, since you're playing Clear Wing as well. Yeah, so I would say maybe test it out a bit more, see if you do you really need 2 Starving Venom, but if you really do, then yeah, do feel free to keep it there. It's just a really kind of different play style. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the duel. Been receiving more and more like replays, so I do need some time to look through them, and I won't be posting all, especially for the combo side, so do take note if you have submitted but have yet to see your video up on the channel. Yeah, so I apologize for that. Yeah, so a pretty good starting hand with Ash Blossom in hand. So okay, so for me, right, as long as I have Skullcrowbat Joker, I'll most of the time get Wisdom Eye, as long as I already have a tuner in hand. And in this case, he already has an Ash Blossom, and due to the fact how the game mechanic works, right, once you set a skill, you actually know if your opponent has Max C. So actually in the actual gameplay, I will actually attempt to set my double iris first. And once you activate double iris, if let's say opponent has a response, means he most probably has Max C. Yeah, because in order to respond to something, your opponent needs to have a legit target to pass the response over to the opponent. By having just a skill, most hand trap doesn't target a face-up card on the spell trap zone. So if let's say once you activate it and the response pass over, it's most probably Max C or maybe Numeral Wall. Yeah, so that's the time you know that if you should just pen summon out the Ash Blossom or actually just keep it in your hands for Max C. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll actually attempt to skill double iris. Yeah, so I guess in this case he searched for Harmonizing because there's no tuner in his hand. But since I already have Ash Blossom, I'll actually search for Wisdom Eye, because Wisdom Eye will help you populate 1 more card into your extra deck. So I'll actually set double iris on skill with Wisdom Eye, pop this for Old Dragon, so later I can actually add back 1 more card to my hand. Yeah, that's usually what I'll be doing. So yeah, he goes for the standard double iris with purple poison. These 2 should always try to be on the skill, because they are both very strong cards. And then grabbing out Harmonizing together with Black Fang, and Celestial is brought out. Yeah, this for this is pretty standard, since he doesn't play the Odd Eyes Absolute package. So he brought out a Celestial, which is one of the least I would say least favorable magician. But if let's say you're playing the Odd Eyes Vortex version, I'll actually bring out the level 7 Dragon Pit here. Yeah. So linking to Electromite, and standard will always throw in our favorite Astrograph Sorcerer. Okay, at this point in time, Thunder Dragon activates his effect, which actually has nothing much to do, and I most probably won't Ash Blossom that as well, since it's just like refreshing his card. Yeah, I most probably won't Ash Blossom that even if I keep it in my hand. So actually at that point I will actually just pen some out Ash Blossom, because it's pretty useless already, as long as you know opponent doesn't have Max C. Yeah, So Astrograph got thrown into the extra deck. So in this case, I'll usually not destroy double iris. I'll actually destroy purple poison and then use purple poison effect to destroy double iris. Why? So that my Astrograph has something to search. Because if you just destroy double iris, when you special summon out Astrograph, your Astrograph won't have a legit target because the card has to be destroyed this turn for your Astrograph to add it to hand. But since double iris has only one copy, you won't be able to search for another double iris. So I'll normally pop purple poison and use purple poison effect to pop double iris so that I can search a purple poison add to my hand. Yeah. And yeah, in this case he popped double iris with Electromite get to draw one, double iris will search one, and then Astrograph will SP itself. But sadly that Astrograph won't be able to add any cards to the hand. Yeah. And then in this case he searched for the Star Pendulum Graph. So how do I decide if I want to search for Star Pendulum Graph or actually the trap? So most of the time I go for the trap as long as I already normal summon. Yeah, because I don't need another monster in my hand at this point in time. So I'll usually search for the trap and then set it at the end of the turn before I end my turn. Yeah. So this spell Pendulum can't do much during your opponent's turn. It's actually just for you to replenish your hand. So I'll prioritize having a trap here, especially when you have purple poison on the other skill. Yeah. That's how I actually decide spell or trap. Yeah. Okay, so add one card. So it already has artifact side here. So you could have actually just ended the game with just a needle fiber here, or I mean a Harley Freebucks, because you already have a side in your hand. So you just need to link these two away into your Harley Freebucks. Yeah. So for me, right, Time Star isn't that useful, especially when you don't have the trap. So I'll agree that making Time Star is a good choice if you have the trap already searched out, because Time Star and the Pendulum Graph trap goes very well together. Yeah. So in this case, just for knowledge as well, when you exit summon using a Magician monster, it doesn't trigger the Star Pendulum Graph effect because the material doesn't count as it leaving the field, which is pretty weird to me because the material don't count as on the field, but it doesn't trigger leaving the field effect. Yeah, so this is something to take note. Exceeding into Time Star doesn't trigger your Star Pendulum Graph effect. Okay, so in this case, he decided to bring these two and bring out Supreme King Staff Venom. So usually we do the Staff Venom loop only if we most probably, for me at least, I'll bring out Starving Venom if I'm doing the Harbinger package, but I don't even play a Harbinger package, so bringing this out feels a bit wasted because all I do is just add back Astrograph, which I already have, and then add back one Magician card to my hand with Astrograph. Yeah, so it feels a bit wasted at this point in time. I will just quickly go into harmonizing, Harley Freebucks and end my turn because I already got sight on the field. On my hand, I mean, yeah. So just now I could have he could have maybe detached Harmonizing instead so that he can bring back Harmonizing so that it can go into your Harley Freebucks. Yeah, because with artifact side and Harley Freebucks is pretty strong. Yeah, and then next he goes into Apollosa and then setting aside. Yeah. So if you realize having this card in your field on your field doesn't really do much. I think you might be thinking to link it away to Apollosa, but Apollosa needs to use different names, which this card is now called Electromite. Thus, you can't use it as part of the link package for your Apollosa. Yeah. And at the end of the turn with Celestia, he actually searched for Harmonizing. So in order to be more safe, I'll actually either search for Wisdom Eye or Chronograph if I haven't searched for Chronograph yet. But I think he searched for Chronograph just now. So I'll usually search for Wisdom Eye just in case opponent pops either side of it. So if he pops this, I can still put Wisdom Eye and set my skill properly, or if he pop this side, I can still set my skill properly with Wisdom Eye and change my skill accordingly. So usually the card I add to my hand is either Wisdom Eye, Astrograph or Chronograph. Yeah. Or even Skull Crowback Joker as well. Okay, so his opponent is playing a Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon is actually a pretty bad enemy for Pendulum Magician because we do have a lot of search effect. Okay, so he's just like spamming his Thunder Dragon effect and just recycling, just to throw more Thunder Dragon into his graveyard. Then Thunder Fusion will bring back everything and then bring out Thunder Dragon Titan. I have a battle with Thunder Dragon which I think it will be good for everyone to take a look. I think it should be releasing towards the end of the month, so do take note of that. Because of Thunder Dragon, I think it's called Thunder Dragon Titan. Yeah, the Titan effect, actually if Thunder Dragon is chained on top, if this card can chain on top of a Thunder Dragon hand effect and then pop one of your opponent. But the thing is, if you chain block this, if you chain block after he activates some effect, he won't be able to trigger this effect. So it's something that everyone can play around, which I think I'll explain a bit more during my, which you can see a bit more during my replay with Thunder Dragon. Yeah. So actually, if you think about it, as Apollo is pretty weak since he didn't really activate much and he just got like thrown away like that. Yeah. And the sad thing is he has actually 2 Core by the Grave, so even if let's say we did the artifact side package just now, you won't be able to trigger it due to artifacts, due to the double Core by the Grave, which is really very painful. Yeah. And now he can continue to pop, I guess. Yep. So now you can keep popping all the monsters. Yeah. And then now you can continue pop again. Oh, he popped. Okay, he didn't. Okay, I just thought that he's gonna continue popping, but I guess he's saving. Okay, discarding that, special summon back 1. Then this will go into your Colossus. Okay. Yeah, so with this on the field, you can't search for any card, which is really very painful. Okay, with Draco Slayer out, you can actually do out your Ignister, which is one thing that the deck is, that opponent's deck is really afraid of, which I think yeeyee did a great job here, trying to maneuver around the Thunder Dragon Colossus effect, yeah, without being able to search. Okay, then Pendulum effect that triggers and yeah, with the ball added to a hand, the opponent can actually trigger this Thunder Dragon Titan effect anytime he wants. Yeah. So this Star Fangor can't search because of Colossus here. And then he decided to go for Harley Freebucks. But then the thing is, this card will be able to pop it at any point in time. So which the best time to pop is after Celine comes out, because it gives 3 pointers, which is very strong. Which is exactly what this guy did. So he decided to pop Celine here to prevent the fact that she can bring back like one more spellcaster monster from the graveyard. And then this list is still very empty. But then he decided to do a pen summon and then bringing back all his monster, which is pretty strong because there's 2 tuner on the field, which means that he can make actually 2 times level 8 synchro monster, which he brought out the Ignister, which is a good choice especially when playing against Thunder Dragon, to return back one of these cards first. And then yeah, this card effect is pretty good also. It prevents your opponent from activating monster effect once you control a synchro monster. Okay, so he will destroy this card. And actually at this point in time, I might not destroy it. Oh, he can destroy because he can't activate. Okay. Yeah. So actually I'm quite surprised he can't do that. He can't activate monster effect, but the protection isn't an activation. Okay, I'm not sure why. Yeah. So anyway, that then he secure the win here. Yeah, which is a great job. And just to take note, if you really equip your Celine here, it's actually pretty dangerous. So I would say that if you shouldn't set your side if you are not intending to I would say pop it yourself. Is a pretty dangerous choice here. And yeah, overall I would say really great job to maneuver around a Colossus, when actually most of the time people might just surrender after seeing Colossus out because you can't even search, and Pendulum Magician relies a lot on search. Yeah. So just a quick summary of everything. Do rely more on your Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye is really very strong to pop and give you 1 extra card on your extra deck, which might help in the scenario just now. And I'll say okay, I can't exactly say searching for the spell isn't that great, because that spell might have saved his game during when he comes back to his turn. But either way, I will still have prioritized getting the trap out first, because especially this trap is extremely useful against Thunder Dragon, because it can just remove the Thunder Dragon very easily. Yeah. So overall, really great duel. Sadly, we didn't get to see the artifact side package together with the Baron. And yeah, I think great job by E, and hope that you learn something from this. And if anyone thinks that there's something that I mentioned that is not really applicable or maybe doesn't make sense, do feel free to comment down in the comment section below. I'm more than happy to discuss this together. Yeah, because sometimes I might have missed out something because there's some certain like logic or mindset that I already engraved into me. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all. As usual, if you're enjoying the content so far, do remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if you're interested to be part of this series, do take a look at my form link below to submit a replay, either to showcase some of your great combos or have some duel that you would like me to take a look, or the community here to take a look lah. Yeah, so everyone should let's help each other out right here to suggest alternative for the gameplay here. And yeah, I hope to see everyone in the next video as usual. Bye bye.